call our meeting to order. This is a special meeting of Montpelier City Council. Oh geez, I just lost my agenda, but we'll start by talking about a few ground rules. Anyone who is participating remotely, we would ask you to place your first and last name on the screen. Thanks, Steve. So that we know who we're talking to and who's talking to us. Anyone who speaks, again, we ask you to state your name and where you live, and we ask you to keep your comments under 3 minutes. If you're speaking about a specific agenda item, please keep your comments germane to that item. Anyone who wishes to speak must be called on by the mayor, and you may make a statement or ask questions, but in all cases, you'll be limited to 3 minutes. And if you speak out of turn, discuss non-germane topics, go on too long, etc., you may be interrupted. First item is to approve the agenda. I assume the agenda is acceptable to everybody. And so I'll deem that approved. And now we'll go to general business and appearances. This is an opportunity for any member of the public to address the council on any item that is not on tonight's agenda, because the primary item on tonight's agenda is expected to be conducted in executive session. We will also accept comments on the item of the city manager's evaluation. And again, limiting comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone who would like to be heard? Steve.
Steve Whitaker, Montpelier. I filed a records request December 28th, asking for all the council and staff records related to Lucas and Tammy, the deceased folks that were living in various places around town. I filed a appeal on January 10th after more than 10 days had lapsed. City manager responded verbally as, "Oh yeah, I'll get right on it," to find, yeah, we didn't get all the councils. I think I got a few records from council members engaging with constituents or whomever. I mentioned homelessness task force. Zach has some records. I saw Zach in the store today. He says he's still waiting to get the original request from Bill. So I filed an administrative processing request. I wanted to know how this records request fell apart on January 10th. Never even heard a word about that. Like, where's the records saying who's asking for what? Who's checking the boxes to make sure we got them from everybody? Not a word. Just chronic mismanagement of public records requests. So I'm going to just quote from an article in New York Times because it relates vaguely. This is why autocracies fail. Organization man turns into gangster man. People rise through autocracies by ruthlessly serving the organization, the bureaucracy. That ruthlessness makes them aware others may be more ruthless and manipulative, so they become paranoid and despotic. They often personalize power, so they are the state, and the state is them. Any dissent is taken as a personal affront. They may practice what scholars call negative selection. They don't hire the smartest and best people. Such people might be threatening. They hire the dimmest and most mediocre. You get a government of third raters. The whole article is available if you want it.
Thank you. Is there anyone joining us online who'd like to be heard? You can, the easiest way for me to see that you're seeking to be recognized is see if you raise your electronic hand on Zoom, but I have other people also keeping an eye out if someone just wants to raise their hand physically. All right. I am not seeing anyone, so we'll move on from general business and appearances to item 5, conduct the city manager's annual evaluation and make contractual determination. The chair would entertain a motion to go into executive session. You can't even talk.
We need two motions. We need two motions.
Not for
Not
this
for
one.
this one?
This is just the one that says, because it relates to the appointment of, or appointment or employment or evaluation of a public officer or employee pursuant to 1 VSA 313A3. That's what you said, right, Tim? It is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're all physically here, so I think we go into the room next door.
Do we know if the conference room is open?
Okay, we're back, and the chair would entertain a motion to come out of executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right. Moving to item 6 on our agenda. Is there a motion to seek legal counsel with regard to the city manager's employment agreement? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, we have no other business. Are there council reports? Adrian, go to your end.
I'll just say that the Winterfest this weekend was a huge success. I think they had about 26 cardboard sled boxes that were entered, and they had a fat bike tire race. Is that what it's called? Up at Country Club Road. They had people sledding. It was fires and very beautiful ice on fire was on Sunday. And downtown we had horse carriage rides, and City Center had a bunch of kids and arts and crafts, and the library had puzzle something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was a huge success. And now we're thinking about doing a mud fest in April, just to continue to build on the economy, drive people to our downtown. And it worked. Downtown was hustling. And so we're going to do a mud fest. So if anyone has any ideas for a mud fest for April, just send them my way. That's it.
Carrie. So,
I met with the Montpelier Business Association this morning. Bill was there, Kelly was there, Jack was there. And about the first item on the agenda, the reason the four of us, well, Jack and I were there was, and I guess Bill, you were there for that part in particular, was to discuss the local option sales tax. And none of them at all are bothered about the penny on the dollar. It's the process that bothers them. It's like, wow, this came up so suddenly, we weren't consulted, yada, yada. And I think we did a reasonably good job. I mean, Bill was especially helpful in using his sort of photographic memory of how things occur in meetings, explaining, you know, the sort of pressure that we're under, the deadlines, and how it all came about. It didn't exactly satisfy them, but I think they have a better understanding of why we did what we did. They are looking forward to being part of the process if the ballot passes, and we, you know, where we talk about how the fund will work and how it will affect their business. So all in all, I think it went well. I think they're interested in getting accurate information about how it works so that when their customers ask them about it, they can accurately explain it. So we directed them to some of the resources, but I think they support the idea. They understand what it's designed to do. Again, it's the process that they're really concerned about, as I think we are. So
Tim. Palin.
So our youth committee will meet for the first time in a public meeting on Thursday, February 13 at 1:05. It is their like a kind of a most available time during their school year. And I just want to school day. Sorry, I just want to thank Evelyn because she is volunteering to support this committee. And she's working with the students with the agenda and kind of mentoring them, it was very nice to see that they have that connection. So if you want to come to that meeting, it's a public meeting, anybody can come, and you don't have to stay long. If you say yes, hi, yes, you are doing it. It's a kind of a first thing I think in our town's history. They will be very happy. And I can share the date and time again, but it is February, Thursday, it's 13th at 1:05 p.m. start.
At
And
the
we
high
will
school?
at 1:40. It's a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
So they will be very happy to see, or you can just send me something to share with them. I'm happy to do that. So thank you.
I'll try to show up
Yeah,
as
thank you.
the mayor. Yeah.
Thanks.
Lauren. Mayor's report, just very briefly. I was pleased to see that there were several hundred people rallying outside the State House today at midday. We have, I think most people have been really not surprised, but shocked at the rapidity with which the newly elected president has moved to dismantle every possible legal structure and norm that we have up to now thought that protected us and our rights. And I'm glad to see that there are so many people who were out there protesting that on very short notice. I think it's going to be very hard 4 or 2 years, and it's going to have I think significant ramifications for the city of Montpelier, and so we will be we'll just have to be, as municipal leaders, we'll just have to be prepared to deal with everything that is visited upon us. City clerk's report. Is the city clerk still here and have a report? No report. City manager's report.
No report, just thank the council for the candid conversation. It's always good to learn from one another about where we're at.
Okay, thank you all, and we are adjourned at 9:53 p.m.